Okay, YouTube, let's see if this works. I have no idea if it will. Let's go here to YouTube Studio. Okay, so I've got the laptop set up here so I can still read chats and things. But the idea today is I just want to see how this internet connection works, how the streaming works, how long can I stream for, what sort of problems I'll have, that sort of thing. So it's going to be a bit of testing. Okay. I hate the fact that you have to go through YouTube Studio just to get to your normal YouTube stuff, which kind of sucks. There we go. So you have to go to YouTube Studio, from YouTube Studio, other features, live stream now, and then go back to the old YouTube page. It's completely useless. Let's see. Loading. So on the phone it says I'm live. On my laptop it doesn't detect that I'm live. That's weird. Let's go in here and just see what's going on there. Yeah. Let's see if I'm actually live. Luckily. My channel. Let's see what's going on my channel. Come on. Okay, so it actually just created a second. I hope everyone joins the right one. I've got no idea if this will work. I hope everyone joins the right one. I've got no idea if this will work. Okay, I need to turn that off. Hello Judy. It's going to be a bit weird today with replying and stuff because I'm not going to see this most of the time. I'm just going to switch it over to 1440p. I don't need a high quality preview. So if I turn that up a little bit, should have better lighting. Yep. Okay. So you guys can more or less see what's happening here. So I'll be back in a few minutes and we are basically going to be unpacking all of this stuff. I'll move this out of the way. Let's see if that works. So that's basically streaming from my phone. Okay, that's a little bit better, but all of that stuff is getting moved anyway, so that will disappear. I'm using my old LG G5, the one with overheating issues, so I hope that doesn't disconnect. If it does, I'll notice, and we can take it from there. How's the audio, by the way? Can you hear me? I'm just going to presume yes. Okay, let's go over here. See what it looks like if I take that off. Message retracted. Okay, thanks Judy. Glad you can hear me. And with that actually switched off, it looks better. But this room only has one light and it sucks. So we are ready. Let's start with some of this stuff. Wow, there's a lot of stuff that needs to get unpacked. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 boxes. And it all needs to go into this room. It all needs to fit into this space. I don't know. I'll try my best to get this looking good. No guarantees though. Yeah, how do you like the racks, by the way? All new racks that I purchased. What I do want to do is just move these up a little bit, so just up there. Not very level though. It's a bit more level, so I need to move this one forward as well. That's good. That doesn't look too bad. That's an improvement already. So how these basically work is you just hammer these in with a hammer, and then it creates a shelf. So it has little slots in there that fits into. Take a hammer out and you just hammer those in, and then you build a shelf, and it all comes loose. It's all separate parts. is there always one box? There's always one that doesn't, that's like difficult to fit in. I guess we can slide it like that. I move this one across like this. First box done. So one down. Next shelf needs to be packing materials, which of course I'll have that one the wrong way around.
Finish that polish. Okay.
No, the polish is not here. It should be down there in the kitchen somewhere. Or, you know where I saw it? Where the TV is? In the cabinet there next to it. There's a little thing there with the polish in there. You'll see it. It's that right there next to the TV. You can't miss it. Oh, let's keep a space for it. This box can go to my bedroom. That's all done. It needs to be packed. Ah, yeah, that's the one I was looking for. Statics. And a whole bunch of power supplies. Yeah, sorry guys, this isn't going to be the most entertaining stream, but it is a test stream. We're just testing to see if everything works the way it's supposed to. What on earth is here? Oh, okay. It's a LG multi-writer with the tool to replace the cover. Nice. That's going to go into a BC one of these days. Is this SATA or ID? Oh no, probably ID. This sort of stuff I used to have in the... What's that that I can't really get anymore? Then I'm left with a box of power supplies, which I can leave exactly like it is now and find a space for that at a later stage. Okay, stream is going good so far. Thanks, Judy. Glad to know. It means that the HD is working. This connection's up speed is much higher, so I'm hoping it'll help the streaming a lot. This is not packed very well. Don't really want to utilize the space up too much, but I guess I can use the space at the bottom still for some stuff. Okay, well, that's empty. Yay. I guess I can put a whole bunch of stuff in there. What else can I get to at this moment in time? Another empty box, which I can use for packing stuff into. That should be right. Yes. Lamp at its desk. So this will have to go this side. I guess I can do it on there. Might be a better position. Let's see if that can get squeezed in like that. Okay, but that thing is not straight. Yeah, that leans backwards. Okay, so it has to be here. He can't stream anymore on his phone tablet because he needs at least a 1K subscriber to do so. Oh, I didn't know that was a rule. Nick says he's heartbroken because he misses streaming. Sad, right? Oh, unfortunately. That's really sad. Sorry to hear. But I'm sure you can get 1K. I managed to get mine as well. It's difficult, but I wouldn't say it's impossible to get 1K streams. 1K subs, sorry. Let's see, what else can I do here? I'll be back in 2 seconds. Let me go fetch some stuff from downstairs. as well. That looks a lot better already. It says it's all broken. Okay. It's because YouTube has changed their threshold. Yeah, YouTube constantly does that. That's one of the reasons I can't stream on my second channel. It just doesn't allow me to. Because I was going to split the live streams over to the second channel completely. YouTube doesn't allow it at all. Oh, there we go. That just buffered. For no apparent reason. Next. Got those. Let's start moving the monitors over that side. And then I can start working on the repair desk. That's going to be a difficult balance. I need to figure out what to keep and what not to keep. Honestly, I'm thinking I should actually just use a tiny screen there. Save some space. Starting to look like something. What is in this box? Oh, this should be downstairs. I'll move that downstairs shortly. And there you go, 3 fell off. Inevitable. Okay, let's see how this is doing. Just give you guys an idea of what's going on here. So all of this back on your little porch. This box can go down the stairs. Hey Dash, how are you doing? Well, yeah, I wish this was just cleaning. Cleaning is a lot easier. This is quite literally me having to go through absolutely everything, and half of the stuff is going to have to get donated to charity or something, because I just don't have the space anymore. So we'll see how much I can get through today and make a decision on what needs to stay and what needs to go. So the idea of this shelf is going to be like all my repair stuff. If I need something, I can just reach here and just grab it. So that's the idea. Because I've got a smaller desk here for repairs. It's much smaller than what I had before. So I need to make a plan so that things are accessible when I need something. I can just go there and grab what I need. And that doesn't include things like the ribbons, the box with just ribbon cables and stuff, which I'm not going to bore you with today trying to sort that out. That's going to take me a long, long time to sort out. Yeah, okay, what I'll do, Dash, is stuff that I've got spare, I'll do a video and I'll say I've got this stuff and that's spare, and if you want stuff, let me know. And then whatever doesn't get taken within like a month, I'm going to be donating. But it won't be like retro computers and stuff. It'll be things like a box full of heat sinks that I've got, and just general things that I don't think I'll ever really need again or use. Okay, so let's clean this up a little bit. Get all of the stuff off of here, because now I've got this open. I can now start like unpacking things I need to work with. Like entry prohibited. That's actually going up right now. That needs to be on the floor. That just needs to be there. Can't be a workroom without that there. Entry prohibited. Now, when they rob me, they won't come up to this room. Like AMD heat sinks, I've got like a box full of these somewhere, all over the show. And all that stuff needs a place. Ideally, I'm going to put up some shelves here as well, just to allow me a little bit extra room. But that's a project that I can do at a later stage. But for now, I just want to get more or less everything to hand. So if I want to do like a repair, soldering iron needs to be there and a few other things. But if I want to do like anything on the hot air station, I'm going to have to take it from there and then use it. But that's just like part of the course I have to like minimize, because I used to have this huge giant desk, and all that happens with a giant desk is everything that you've got that you don't have space for just gets placed on top of it. So it's a huge waste of space. Even my computer desk I'm going to be using now is going to be a bit smaller. That needs to go to the computer desk when it's ready. The neighbors here, I've met a few of them. The person next door is quite friendly. They're very mellow, but they're like there the whole day. So it's an older couple that stays there, and their son moved in because he couldn't get a job due to the climate or whatever. They're friendly enough. I won't say I can see any problems there with them at all. They're like very mellow. The other place next to me is still vacant. The person passed away, so they're busy renovating it now. So the daughter inherited it, she's renovating it, and they're going to rent it. So it's anyone's guess who I'm getting as a neighbor there. It could literally be anyone. I'm hoping it's someone good. The previous neighbor was difficult, to say the least. It's one of these people that, oh, you're in IT, so all of my broken computers you need to fix. And because he's your landlord, you want to like have a good relationship with this person. You don't want to just tell him straight, sorry man, I don't work for free. And our relationship kind of soured because of this. It got to a point where he just gave me stuff and I said, you know what, I'm paying you 8,000 Rand a month for rent. I can literally buy a place for the same amount of money. And I just stopped repairing his stuff. I just kept it there the whole time, and then eventually I just told him, man, I can't repair your stuff. He was definitely not happy with that decision, but at the end of the day, it's like, if you ever have some time, you should visit a page called Forex Explosion on Twitter. And it's a page where all these artists post everyone asking for free art. So if you're like a freelance artist, you constantly have people asking you to draw them or to do a commission for them, and then we ask them, okay, I'll do it for you, but it'll cost you $5 to $10. Then they freak out because suddenly it means that they have to pay for artwork, and at the end of the day, the person is commissioning, and they had years of experience, they've got bills to pay, so they need money, I guess, and I don't see any reason why IT should be any different to that. At the end of the day, we need to also get paid, you know, because you can't just do stuff for free for everyone, you know. I should get to the sort of my level where it was, I was more doing his stuff than doing the stuff I wanted to do. I mean, things like laptop infested with viruses that you didn't want to format. Spent like a whole week going through it, removing everything, because it's all these weird strains that no singular antivirus could like remove everything. You have to like try multiples and then go to the registry, manually remove some stuff. It's things like that that kind of upsets a person. That's how you destroy a relationship. I hope that came through properly. Let me know how the quality of the stream is. The main reason for the stream is to test, so if the quality is bad, let me know, please. There's my helping hands, so they need to be like close to me. I have to find a new spot for this. Now I'm just going to keep the one soldering iron with me because this is the one that, frankly, I think I'm going to need to use the most. Actually fits nicely there. So always a question of left-handed or right-handed, but right-hand is probably the better one, best place to keep it. So you've got that there, that'll sit like that. That actually feels quite natural. Oh, and here's a question for you guys. Do you know what this is? You get them in a nice little set like that. I know what it is, but I'm still not sure if I'm allowed to keep these with South African legislation, because I think you need to be like registered for a set. I think it's something weird, like if you get caught in public with one, you need to be registered. Let's see. I was on DeviantArt and I got some people that wanted me to do free stuff. Yet people don't realize how much work it can be. Yeah, it can be. I know some artists that spend like 8 to 9 hours on a basic commission, and then if you do like something extreme, like you do a landscape, with a character and an action shot. Like it'll take them several days to do. It's insane, and people don't realize that. But the same thing I think should be adhered to Firenze as well. At the end of the day, it also takes us a long time to fix stuff, and people should realize that they should understand that, hey, this person, it took a long time to learn what it is that they're doing. It took them a lot of practice, probably cost them a lot, and they really should get paid for their work. So if I move this clean this option up there, this might be big enough. Let's see in just a second. By the way, Dash, if you have a DeviantArt and you like doing art and stuff, feel free to post a link to it in the chat. Just add a space to it. So if people want to see it, they can go have a look. Whew. That's a lot of stuff. Oh. Okay, so big question. Does this fit there? Nope. Does it fit on the one above? Nope. Huh. Okay, so it needs to go like right on top, but then you can't see what's inside. So technically speaking, this really should go somewhere like here. Awesome. Glad to hear that the quality is good for you, Judy. And Dash, that's awesome. The actual problems on the stream, like with buffering and sort of hiccups, I think that is YouTube's mobile streaming service, because I've never had a good stream where it didn't like freeze and lose frames on YouTube mobile on your phone. It constantly does that. Still haven't figured out how to fix that. Okay, so things that I need to keep at hand. I need to keep my multimeter close by. And then what I'll do is I'll keep a stack of them. So these are absolutely spectacular. If you ever go to AliExpress, one of the Chinese importers, I recommend getting a set of these Baku screwdrivers. They are the best screwdrivers I've ever used. It's all metal, so it'll last you forever. And they're kind of like shaped like a dart, and it has very good tips. So that is my preferred screwdriver set, to be honest. So, if you guys have anything interesting to post, like news on your side, anything like that you want to chat about, things I might be doing in the future, feel free. Like I said, this is more an experiment to see how stable is live streaming. Even though I'm using YouTube mobile, it's because I don't have the computer set up yet. Once I've got those set up, then it'll be a bit better. So, Kano. Yeah, Kano wire is the sort of stuff I want to keep at hand. Definitely one roll of Kano. And then a roll of solder as well, if I could find it in here somewhere. Drums and a wrench and a key set. So that's if I need a screwdriver or side cutters or something, I can just reach there, I've got it. I'm going to do the same with like tweezers and stuff in the little drawers, but I'll do that at a later stage. It's going to be quite boring and long and tedious. Other stuff that I love is this aluminium tape. If you ever want to insulate something or you want something that there's some RF interference, you just like buy this, stick that to the back of it. It's cheaper than copper tape. Copper tape is like 10 times the price of this stuff. So that's why I like using aluminium tapes and those sort of tapes. I also have this emergency tape for some reason. Still haven't used that for anything. I thought it was something I probably bought on a whim, like, oh, that's kind of cool. It might be useful one day. Other stuff that I want to keep on hand. It's nylon tape. And there's some off-cut. I'll have two colours of that. Then USB cables I need to find a space for. Mice I need to find a space for. What I can take out here is backup soldering iron. Always have two soldering irons. And now I've got three. It's the one I use as a portable. When I go somewhere, I just grab that. And I can go there, sort out what I want to sort out. Not have to worry. Microfiber cloths. These are absolutely godsend. I actually use them as disposable sometimes if stuff is like really bad. Just going to close here. What's this? Oh look, brand new PS2. Random stuff. I can go downstairs somewhere to play with. You know what? Stick it. Also, one of these little kits from China, these USB kits. They're quite nice. USB microscope kits. They're useful. They're not like a necessity in my opinion. But I might be using those more and more as soon as I start live streaming repairs again. And the empty box. old school multimeter. I guess you guys might not be a multimeter aficionados. Yeah, sorry Dash, my Miriam is in today, she's vacuuming and stuff. So I just closed the door there. I love PS2, I like the Super Slim, no power brick. Yeah, it's quite a nice system, it's just difficult to mod. But I used to do like hundreds of them, so I can do those easily. Because you have to solder for the DVD communication pins, you solder directly to one of these ICs with like hundreds of pins. I've got some old school multimeter stuff going. Completely not useful these days anymore. But it's plain, I like those. Random wood screws, batteries, and big socket sets. Okay. This is actually less space than I thought it was going to be. Oh. And this is my upcoming project that I need to do. So this will be a project very soon. Commodore 64 custom cartridge that I'm going to turn into a debug cartridge. That is a definite big project soon. That is absolutely needed because I've got a few systems here that I need to like debug and stuff. Also random Arduino kits. It's awesome. The PS2 is the only console I don't need modding because of all the cheap and abundant PS2 games are. Yeah, definitely. I still mod mine for the homebrew, just for the ease of it. If you stick a hard drive down in there, you don't have to mess about or anything. You just load the games because my hard drive, I've got a hard drive for mine, and all it has on it is all the games I actually own. So yeah, not so exciting, but very useful. Also some more cloths that I need to keep on top in case there's a spill or something. Some more of these programmer and debug kits. I need to learn to install STM32 instead of Arduino because I need a little bit extra power. There. Still access like all of those, so you have to slide stuff in and out. Difficult. Not the end of the world. My trusty tool that I actually use for unclipping plastic parts because it's like you can get these cheap disposable spudgers and they're terrible. If you use a cake mixing spudger, it lasts forever and it does the exact same thing, if not better. Of course, cable ties, which I can take the cable ties and slide that in here, like that. That's good. So if I need a cable tie, I can go there and grab one. Prototype boards, which I think I'll stick that on top of our component trays because technically they're components. And those two files are professional. These I need to keep somewhere safe, just temporarily. Speaking of cheap retro stuff, I saw a listing for a Sound Blaster AWE32 for $100, $150 on OLX. Yeah, AWE32 for $150. That's an absolute steal. And one of the Sound Blasters I still want to get. I've got some 64s and they're just not that good. Only problem is the hanging note bug. But if you get one of those, you kind of expect it to be a bit buggy. It's Sound Blaster at the end of the day. They've always had one or two very unique bugs. It's just the whole Sound Blaster is. If you bought a Sound Blaster, you kind of expect it that it would be like normal. But that's also why I love the Sound Blaster Pro and Pro 2 is because all of the interference noise you get from the power supply, as your hard drive like reads, it has that buzzing. That's pure nostalgia for me. Because I used to listen to that to know if my PC crashed or not. The AWE64, the one I had was ISA. It wasn't PCI yet. They started with the PCI ones in the Live series and the Vibra series. And I think there was also a 16 value that was PCI, but I could be wrong about that. I can't remember exactly. But I think it was the Vibra and the Live that was PCI. Could be wrong on that one though. Another thing that I want on hand is double-sided tape. Bugger pins. Stick that on top here when I need it. I've also got these cable ties. No idea if I'm going to use them. These are those quick release, there's a little clip on the side and quick release it. I'm trying to find a somewhat decent sound card for DOS, but my retro has PCI slots. DOS compatibility on PCI cards is hit and miss. The only card that I know that had like very good compatibility was the Oriel Vortex 2. If you can find one, does your motherboard have an SP-Link adapter? If it has an SP-Link adapter, Live with SP-Link is good as well. But it's so few motherboards actually have SP-Link built in. Some of them have like, if you look on the motherboard, you'll see that the header is just not soldered in. And it's missing like a few resistors and a cap or something. So you can probably add it. But if it doesn't have SP-Link, the only one is the most expensive one you can get, and that's the Oriel Vortex 2. Phil's Computer Lab has tested a few. I'm just trying to think which ones was the ones that he found had good compatibility. I think the ESS ones, that there's one with the ESS that's still like good compatibility, and they're cheap, they're like $8 or something, but you'll have to check his channel to find those. Honestly, when it comes to PCI DOS cards, sound cards, I've kind of given up. All of them for me had issues, which is, it's a shame. It's definitely not, I'm sure, what you want to hear, but that's the truth. They're all like issues. Which really suck. Because that's one thing with the sound card, it's not like a graphics card, where if a graphics card is a bit quirky and it has an artifact here or two there in some games, it's like okay, but if a sound card has incompatibility with games, you notice it like instantly. No, it was the Yamaha card that he reviewed. It wasn't a GX. I've got a GX, and that one, if you have a VIA board, that sucks. It doesn't properly pass through the PCI to the thing. So I won't recommend getting one of those. Even if it's like the last card out there that you can buy. Unless you've got a 440VX or something like that, it will work on those. Trying to find some more decent sound card. Okay, I'll have to request Sega Classics Collection PS2 live stream. Yeah, I'll do a PS2 live stream shortly. I'm actually probably going to do a review of that title, so I'm not sure what's going to happen with it, but there is something planned for that. We are making progress, slowly and steadily we're making progress. The problem is a lot of the stuff is like little tiny little things I have to find spaces for. But it's getting there. It's already looking like a lot better than what it did before. In fact, at this stage, see another heatsink fan that I need to spot for. What I'll probably do is take all the heatsink fans, throw them in a box and see what I've got. And then make a decision. Now this fan I always keep loose and spare because sometimes you want to cool something. And it's easy just plugging in the fan header. And then telephone wire. This is very thick, old school telephone wire from like the 80s. Solid core copper, good stuff, the stuff they don't use anymore. I always keep a little bit of it with me because it's extremely useful. Cool. So USB type A cables, which I always keep around, and then there's ribbon cable, which stays on my desk because very often I need to get some ribbon cable. So I can stick there. Then a micro, always keep to hand. There's nothing worse than looking for those in the cloth. Random mouse. This is going to be a video as well at some point. Ooh, it looks like it's buffering heavily. Let's check this quickly. Yeah, that is working on there still, but my phone is, it's not hot. That's odd. Maybe it's just this page needs to be refreshed. There we go. Whew, that's like corruption artifacting the law. But stream is back. Yeah, stream is back. Don't know if that was on your side or my side. Could have been either. Guys, I'm going to take about 5 minutes or so break. I'll be back shortly and then we'll continue. I think we're about hour, 2 hours left and then all of this will be sorted out. and then I can start setting up like the computers and stuff upstairs. But I'm not going to live stream that. That's going to be a separate video. But hopefully tonight I'll. You don't have to clean that room for me.
Sorry.
You don't have to clean that room.
Oh,
So I'm busy streaming from there. So. Okay, let's continue. So what I'll do with this shelf is I'm going to stick all the CD-ROMs and hard drives in here. I think that will be fine. Tape measure. I think it's nice with the CD-ROMs. Which means I can get them instantly. Another weird round box. I do have some what's in here. Whole of ribbon cabinets. think I've got too many CD-ROMs. Yeah. Doesn't look too bad. So what games are you playing at the moment? New, old, just what you enjoy in general? I haven't played anything since I moved. What I was playing was basically the stuff I was live streaming at the moment. I want to get into Factoria or Factorio, where you like building factories and stuff and you have to mine resources and things. That looks like something that's definitely up my street. But that's going to take a while to get to, unfortunately. Okay, and then I've got this box here. Let's see what's in here. If I can, I'd like to just shove this box on top because I think this is all just other boxes. What the? Okay, well that's one thing I don't have any recollection of buying. But I own one. Where do I get this? Like seriously, where do I get this? Because this is a fairly good unit. One CAL. Hey, I've got a radio, car radio. Can't remember where I got it from. It's a Pioneer box, and the radio that's inside here is a Sony radio. You can tell how good it is just by taking it out and just checking the back of it. It only has two RCA outs, so it's not like top of the range. But it has like all of the adapters and stuff with it. Okay. Well, that's definitely a thing. No idea where I got that from. Could have been from Wolfie. I can test it and then maybe build a little portable MP3 music player thing. That would be cool, right? I think I got this from Wolfie DMX. Either that or it was another late night purchase from a charity shop somewhere. I was like, cool, radio, I'll buy that. Can use that for something. Just building map 21 of Doom 2 mod while you work. Awesome. I keep on promising to test that, and I swear to you, one day I'm going to like stream that live. I loaded the mod up and I did actually play the first 2 levels, but didn't stream it, which is pointless. I should have just streamed it and got over with it. But I promise you now, one day that is going to get streamed. Promise you. Promise. So you're actually doing full megawatt, like all 31 levels. So what I can do to save some space, let's see if this fits on top. If it doesn't fit, I can always take the graphics card out and put that in its own thing downstairs for the display. Okay, that doesn't fit there. I thought it might not. No problem, G. By the way, guys, it's going to be a very long, tedious stream. There's not going to be much going on. Like I said before, it's just to test this connection out. That's very useful. That's UPSs. I think I'm about as far as I can push this. Without going into really boring stuff of wrapping ribbon cables and sorting them. Which I think I might have to do. Get a small box and just specialize that for ribbon cables and stuff. And then my first stream will probably be stripping these computers, taking out whatever parts is valuable from them to use, because these cases are terrible. I'm not going to keep that. Looking forward to it. No, I'm actually looking more forward to actually playing it. It's definitely something I want to do, but I want to give it like the proper attention as it deserves. Its own thing, do it special, do it proper, you know. I hope you have a lot of loopback levels, because I love loopback levels in Doom. Especially that sort of design, it just always like kind of rubs the itch, if I can put it that way. So what else can I still do here that's not overly boring? I think what I'll do is about an hour from now I'm going to end the stream, or 30 minutes about. I'll turn the camera just now and then I'll start with connecting like desks and that sort of stuff. Because that's not something I want to stream. You know, it's just me hanging out under a desk, putting cables. Let me check if that's a sort of DVD ROM. At this stage, both of those are actually useful. SATA or ID. It's IDE. That's even more useful. Especially the fact that you can put a white faceplate in. I mean, that's the main draw of this, is the white faceplate. Because you don't get many white DVD ROMs anymore. I like sticking DVD ROMs into old systems because it's 4 gigabytes of storage and it's cheap to buy blank media for it. The writing materials also is going to need its own little spot. But what I'll do, so I've got some graph paper. I've got 2 graph paper books. This really should be close to me. And in here should be a whole bunch of consoles. So, anyone want a console? I've got a few. So, one PS3. Let's go. Two PS3s. PS3s, and then I've got another 2 in random boxes all over the show. In fact, there used to be one in here. It's not anymore, but that I can keep like close by. Keep that there. So that I need to put with my tools, power tools. And then here. Commodore 151. That is awesome. Oh, that's too. I'm looking forward to your computer videos. Or PS3s, how much do you want for it? You can have one of those. I'll give you one for free. They all have yellow light of depth though. The big ones. The slimline there actually works and it's been modded. I do have a slimline that's modded if you want one. And I can give you that one for a very good price. It's modded, tested it, it's working 110%, and it's never given me any problems at all. Never even had to open it. That one I will sell, because that one works perfect. But if you want one of these, I'll sell you one. All you have to do is take it to someone that does reballing and have it reballed, and it'll be fine. It's just yellow light of death at the end of the day. You might have to get a hard drive for them though. PS3 Slim, not Super Slim. How much do you want for it? That one, 1,600, and it's yours. You'll have to get a controller, but it's modded and it's absolutely perfect. I think it has like 40 hours of usage on it. The previous owner had a shop and it was used as a display, but it was never switched on. It was just like in the display, so it's a bit scratched and stuff. By the time he wanted to sell it, he couldn't sell it for anything, and I still purchased at that time from him for like 2.8. But that was when these machines were selling for like 3.8, thereabouts. But that one I'll sell if you want it. And none of these are backwards compatible, unfortunately. Okay, so most of that's done. I need to keep one mouse this side. Of course, I'll take this hideous terrible looking thing. That one can stay by me. And then I think I should move the camera so you can see what I'm unpacking. No, you won't be able to see that. Also, but this one DVD drive is knackered. LA 658. So honest, just never came back to life. So it's a repair project. So what I'll do with these is I'll use these for ribbon cables. So I put all of the ID ribbon cables in one box and all of the others in another. It'll be easier. And this is a blast from the past. It's something you don't see every day. So back when we had the game shop, my boss was Chinese. And this is our inventory book. I just keep this for nostalgia. He actually gave this to me, so as we got in new games and stuff, we wrote down what we got in. So this was, here's the PlayStation section. So there's things here like Tekken 2, Tekken 3, Mortal Kombat. Just like ancient old memories. And unfortunately it's worthless, but I still like reminiscing about those days. It was fun. I really enjoyed working for him. honestly, it was probably one of the best experiences of my life working for him. All we need to do is work out how to send each other details, because I think YouTube got rid of private messaging, or maybe I can't find it. Dash, do you have me on Twitter? You can always DM me on Twitter. I think that's the best place to get me. Discord, I've got my old Discord server as well, but I don't check it often, so I won't recommend using that, sadly. But yeah, if you're interested in that slimline, by all means, like I said, 1.6, it's a good price. I don't think you'll get a moderate system for that. You only need to get your own DualShock 3, but the DualShock 3, if you go to Cash Crusaders, you can get like new old stock ones of those, like $200. It's just I would like to keep the one that came with it, and it needs a new battery anyway. It's been sitting not charged for decades, so right now that battery is completely gone. Oh, and if you do buy it, that money will go towards the channel. I need to get HDMI capture card, another one, a USB, not a capture card, a USB HDMI capture device, and a replacement motherboard for a laptop so that I can start streaming downstairs in the studio. Because this will, on top, will be anything that I need to stream from my main retro system will be upstairs. Downstairs, anything that I need to stream from the retro laptop I'm going to do there, and then that has a nice background and stuff. So this is why I don't really, you can see I didn't manage to make this look pretty. It's not going to be the primary place I'm streaming from, so that's why. Oh, and for those following me on Twitter, saw the disaster. Here's one of the drives. This hard drive is totaled. You can hear that. I think like 2/3 of those hard drives are going to be totaled, but what can you do? Cat decided to jump up one day. Okay, so all of that that's in there is for that system there. So for that I can wait a little while. I can start doing like the ribbon cables and stuff. Which I'm going to end the stream for that, because that's going to be silly. So how long have we been streaming for? It's now 12, so we've been streaming for 2 hours and there hasn't been any hiccups. Other than the frame drops, which I see it's doing now again. And then those 2 tubs I can literally move out from here. I don't have to keep them in here, which is awesome. I just got that one there for the power cables and stuff still. Yeah, I think that is more or less where I'm going to end. I need to find a place for those UPSs. It's going to be difficult, but not impossible. And then the bottom there I'm going to keep for some of the other stuff that needs to go there, which is a surprise. Anyway, so I think I'm going to stop the stream there. And yeah, I think we did well. There's enough room now to walk in here. And I can finish off these 2 last boxes. That little 3rd box there is all stuff that needs to go with the retro system over there, which I can set up now. And yeah, I think that's going to be that. Everything's sorted. I need to figure out how I'm going to get power to 3 different locations. This house only has like one plug every room, and it's a single plug. But that's my story to do. That's my burden to bear. I can probably stick this nicely with my other tools. That's a tool. So what I like about this is there's like a rolling chair, so I can like work here and then just roll there, then I'm by the other computer, roll that side, and I'm by the retro computer. I can just roll where I need to be, which is like awesome. Whew. That stream is not looking healthy. So anyway, cheerio guys. Thanks for joining and thanks for chatting. And it looks like this connection is perfect for live streaming. I'm going to check the results shortly and see. But I think this will work. This works well. Let me give you guys an update before I go. So that's where I'm going to sit. That's where the tools are. That's not organized. Like I said, I'm going to put a shelf like there. So we've got all of my parts and repair stuff, like arm's length away. So these boxes here, so you've got that box there is everything that was on that desk. So I'm just going to unpack that. This box just needs to go into storage. That box is loose crap and that, so I need to sort through what I want to keep there, what I want to let go. That box there is the ribbon cables that all need to be tied in, and that's actually already sorted. That's where I keep all of my power cables. That's where I keep all of the network cables. So I'm keeping those boxes here to like get stuff as I need it when I do the setup. But I think we're like there. Probably today, 5 o'clock, there'll be a stream from the PC, I hope, unless something broke in transit. But yeah, that's all. This is basically where I was streaming from, using that crappy light. One day I'll get studio lights. I mean, that's the only thing I need still.